some noise!
My neck, my back, the UC is whack. My neck, my back, the UC is whack. What? My neck, my back, the UC is whack. My neck, my back, the UC is whack. Hey, my neck, my back, the UC is whack. My neck, my back, the UC is whack. Can I get a fucking police one time? Yeah. All right, so give it up to our amazing MC, Bashara.
All right, so it's so great to see everybody out today on this beautiful Friday. You could be out doing so much other stuff, but you came up here to show up for your TAs, your grad students here at UC Davis and across the state. So give yourselves, make some noise. But before we begin, we need to acknowledge that we are here on native land. This is Win-Tu-Patwin land, the city of Davis and the campus of Davis. And like Kenyon Sayers Root says, there have always been indigenous peoples where we find home, and where is home, and there will always be. So we need to always remember that. And it's our job to, wherever we are, to constantly be building ties of solidarity with indigenous peoples. They weren't erased with colonization. They've always survived. And it's our job here in any kind of social movement, whether it's for grad students, whether it's for workers on campus, other workers on campus, to remember that decolonization, if we take Fanon seriously, is meaningless unless it's rooted in the movements that decolonization is meaningless except in the movements that give it shape and content. So it's in the revolutionary movements that it's where we find what decolonization actually means. And so that's on us here, everyone here, this movement, to try to figure out how is the best way that we actually do that, honoring indigenous peoples and trying to overturn settler colonialism. So when I say water, you say is life. Water
is life.
Water
Is life.
Water
Is life.
Water
Is life.
All right. So I'm Bashara. I'm a third-year PhD student in cultural studies. I'm a first-gen graduate student. And today we're going to have some fun. So we're going to be doing some dancing, some shouting, some protesting, some moving around, doing a lot of stuff. So whatever you had thought of what a protest was or what a gathering of your TAs and fellow TAs is like, today is going to be a fun day. And I just have a feeling that you are going to know what to say when I say something. So today's keyword is going to be cola, all right? So just imagine that when I say stuff and it's the right time, you might have to just respond and say cola. So like, I'm Bashara, I'm the... and I'll be your MC Mater D today. And so today, on the menu is...
Cola.
And maybe we're gonna get a side of some.
Cola.
And maybe a drink of some what?
Cola.
Let's get out of here and go get some.
Cola.
Ooh, I like it. See, you're getting the hang of this already. So just a quick question. Who unfortunately yesterday had to call out sick because you had a bad case of needing some
Cola.
Okay, yeah, but really, how many of you actually did? Raise your hand. Woo! Make some noise for everybody who put their hand up. Yeah. It takes a lot of courage to take a sick day. Take a sick day that's actually more meaningful. That's a sick day of solidarity with the folks in Santa Cruz with the graduate students here that are trying to make a statement, not just to the UC Davis, but to the regions, that says we will not stay silent anymore and be trampled on. So this is a statement. It was sort of an initial act that we wanted to galvanize UC Davis folks and say that we're actually serious about this, that the time is now and we can't wait any longer. So so can we just imagine that there is a straight line right here, and this side is one side, and then over here, your side too. So when you say, then you're gonna say co, and then after they say co, you're all gonna say la. You got it? So when you say co, we say
La!
co. Okay.
Go!
La!
Go!
Oh, okay, that kind of worked. We got some energy. Okay, yeah. So in all seriousness, so we're here to say that we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so just sort of as a little background as to what's been happening across the state, so today is a big day. Today's a momentous day. Today's a historical day that you're all a part of. So today is the day that UC Santa Cruz told their graduate students that today was basically retaliation day for them going on strike last week, and them saying that if you continue the threats that we have already said about losing your positions, with international students getting deported, threats of termination, that today is the day, today is Judgment Day. And so today is Judgment Day here, where we're all gonna say, no, the UC has no right to terrorize its graduate students. It has no right across the UC to punish its workers. So we're here in solidarity with UC Santa Cruz, but we're also here in solidarity with UC Davis graduate students. We're all here for everybody here. Everybody here is sick and tired of being sick and tired. Sick and tired of not being able to pay for your bills. Sick and tired of not being able to pay for rent. Sick and tired of not covering your health bills. Sick and tired of having to pay extra for healthcare. Sick and tired of a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that's wrong with this place. And we're sick and tired. But today is a day that we all come together and show what real power and what real strength and what real solidarity looks like.
Yeah.
Also, just as another sort of key update as to what's going on. So yesterday at UC Irvine, students took over, their administration building. And at the same time that they did that, another student who really had nothing to do with what was going on, I think the person was an alumni.
Getting their transcripts.
An alumni getting their transcripts. A black student got terrorized by the police. Got booked into custody and apparently is actually still, still in jail.
Still in jail, yeah.
Fuck the cops!
Fuck the
Is a legal fund started?
Is a legal fund started? I don't know.
Yeah, on GoFundMe.
On GoFundMe?
Check our social media, we have some.
So when students are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When grad students are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When grad students are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
We gotta stand up for all the other grad students because no one else is gonna stand up for us unless we stand up for each other, either here at UC Davis or across the UCs. The UC knows that they can break campuses if they're solitary campuses. That they know that if it's just one campus up here, that it's just a little uprising. If there's another campus over here, it's just a little uprising. But that they can sort of stall all the others while they break and smash and terrorize the grad students to prevent this from becoming an actual grassroots statewide movement. But today we're saying no. It doesn't matter. The more that they terrorize, the more that we're gonna come together and stand up and speak up for the other grad students, for a COLA, to demilitarize the campus, to change the goals, the objectives, and the trajectory of this university. From a neoliberal university that only cares about profit and militarism and contracts that terrorize the world and its indigenous peoples, to one that actually prepares its students to go out and serve the community. The community
People united! The people united! The people united!
Woo! One more update. At UC Santa Barbara, students today have taken over their administration building. Their grad students have taken it over. They took it over last night. They took it over last night. Spent the night there. Spent the night there, turning it into the grad student building. I don't know. And they're still there today. And so things are popping off at various campuses. So the UC Davis is just another iteration. But we also have our own specific context here too. UC Davis has a history. UC Davis has a long history of social justice activism. UC Davis, that building right over there, Hart Hall, that's ethnic studies. This is ethnic studies programs, women's and gender studies. The reason why there's faculty of color here, the reasons why there's programs for students of color, indigenous students, the reason why there's programs for LGBTQIA through the Women's and Gender Studies program, the reason why this place, that this campus is a campus that can even say that it likes diversity, is because we've had to be here and fight for it. And people have been here always fighting for it. And they've been silenced and they've been tried to be put down, but we've always stood up. The more oppression that came, the more we've stood up and tried to combat it. And so you're all here showing some love to this past, this revolutionary past that exists at UC Davis, and trying to put it forward for the generations that come after us, because we're all here, maybe 3, 4, 5, some of us up to like 8 years. That's true. So maybe not too maybe not too short, but eventually people are going to come after us. And what we're here for is building something that outlives us. Building something where people who come after us can step into our footsteps and make a better future for themselves, because they knew that the people who came before them had fought for it, even though they knew they wouldn't see it in their lifetime, right?
El pueblo unido!
Mascara Benzito!
El pueblo unido!
Mascara Benzito!
Pueblo unido!
Mascara Benzito!
Pueblo unido!
Mascara Benzito!
Okay, so just to let you know about the agenda. So we actually are going to go over our demands. So the list of demands that we're going to deliver to Marac Hall, so you all have an idea of what these folks, what some of you all have actually been involved in crafting this list of demands that we feel, at least at this time. And so it's always a work in progress. And the more the movement grows, the more that these demands will take shape. But what that is about, we're going to march to Marac Hall, drop them off, and then we've got some really great speakers and things that we'll hang out and do over there and listen to. And then afterwards is our graduate student general assembly. So we've got some important decisions to make. So you definitely stick around until then. And an undergrad general assembly. So there's a place for everyone to plug in. And we're just getting started. So our domain. All right. Everybody ready to march?